Thank God it's Friday. Monday's a brand new start. Wednesday, you're halfway home, and Thursday, the weekend's not far. Saturday and Sunday, you hang with your friends. What can you say about Tuesday? Nothing, not a damn thing. Tuesday bites, Tuesday sucks, Tuesday blows, go away. Tuesday's crap, Tuesday's lame, Tuesday's dumb, go away. Tuesday, Saturday and Sunday, you hang with your friends. But what can you say about Tuesday? Nothing.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know. The weather's going to be great today.
Yeah, not bad. Hit the replay button on yesterday.
Which was like an ideal summer day. Other than the air quality, it was ideal.
That's not going anywhere either.
I saw.
Mix of sun and clouds with a high of 84 today and tomorrow. Maybe some isolated thunderstorms on Thursday with a high of 86. Up near 90 on Friday. So it's going to get warmer later this week. But for today and tomorrow, all intents and purposes, looks like it's going to be pretty nice. We've got Grant Bills joining us just after 8 a.m., host of the Wisco Sports Show. We'll talk to him about the Brewers, who are the best team in the league right now.
Yeah, I read a really cool article about them from, I don't know, I think it was the LA Times or something, and it was just about, are the Brewers America's team? And it was talking about salary caps and, you know, how the potential next year and teams with, you know.
Don't even think about next year.
Right.
Think about right now.
But writing, like, big checks for their star players, and then you've got, you know, this team that doesn't have that, but it's got.
As a person who I'm only comparing because it's the only thing I know. Witnessing what happened in 04 with the Red Sox and remembering it vividly, and the kind of the vibes, if you will, that surrounded the team, and the cowboy up and the cavemen and the idiots and all that stuff. It just sort of, you feel that same way when you watch the Brewers. I mean, the manager's pulling pancakes out of his pants, and
saw that.
You know, it's just this weird thing, you know? It's like, and so and I'm not trying to jinx it.
So ride the bus while you can get on it.
But man,
right
whatever
now,
it is that you're drinking, whatever it is you're doing, whatever superstitions you got going on in the clubhouse, just ride it, baby, because next year is not promised. And if you've got the chance to do it this year, then do it.
Hang on to it.
Push. And they didn't even really pick anybody up at the trade deadline. So, like, I mean, you know.
This article was like, there's no real superstars.
Well, you don't want to upset the balance. You know what I mean? You bring in somebody that maybe doesn't fit, and next thing you know, you got a problem on your hands. You look at the the Padres, what was it? The Giants, where they traded Rafael Devers, and it's like, you get one of the best hitters in the league, but all of a sudden you're
the magic. Magic. So, the Brewers.
Anyways, we'll be talking to Grant Bills about that. Plus, of course, Packer preseason football starts this weekend.
Saturday night.
So we'll talk to him about that.
Saturday night.
We'll let you know what's new on New Release Tuesday. We're going to talk about lazy meals. The latest health hack. A new one.
Okay. There's lazy meals?
No.
Oh, those are two separate things. Got it.
Two separate things.
Got it.
Two separate things. And, of course, if you want to get in touch with us, rockmornings.com. All of our contact info there. You can also download the 95.7 The Rock app or the 92.9 The X app and get in touch with us through the apps with the submit button on the bottom. Voicemails and pictures and voicemails and all that stuff. Bad Girlfriend and Mammoth coming up.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
The Canadian wildfire smoke still a problem, an issue here, obviously, in Wisconsin. The air quality still unhealthy to breathe. DNR extending the alert until noon today throughout the state of Wisconsin. And the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources, of course, very concerned about people's well-being. If you got to be outside for extended periods of time, whether it's mowing your lawn, going for a walk with your dogs, whatever it is.
Working all day long in the field and on the job site and on the roadway, on the roof. That's where they're really concerned about people, is outside that length of time.
Congressional lawmakers from both Wisconsin and Minnesota called on the Canadian embassy to take action as the smoke from the Canadian wildfires continues to blanket the Midwestern states. Lawmakers asking Canada what their plans are to mitigate the wildlife risks with unsafe air conditions continuing throughout recent years, urging the Canadian government to advance their technology ahead of wildfires actually breaking out. Said, we're used to wildfire smoke. It happens occasionally, but this has been so intense the last couple of years, including this year, and it's repeatedly happening. I think Canada needs to do the same thing as use these really advanced technologies to help identify these fires when they're small, rather than becoming massive fires like we've been seeing over the last couple of decades, said Representative Tom Tiffany. Tiffany says increasing forest management, both in the U.S. and in Canada, is a long-term solution that can help air conditions as part of the U.S., also known for wildfires breaking out. But yeah, the lawmakers are getting involved now, and obviously the state of Wisconsin's got a serious issue with these wildfires.
Yeah, and obviously we smell it, we feel it, we see it throughout the central part of the state. But I'm telling you what, over by the lake is where it's real bad. I mean, if you see pictures of Door County or Milwaukee in the middle of the day and they're walking around, I mean, it looks like it's on fire. That's how much smoke
reminiscent of smog in California. You know what I mean? You see that in the morning sometimes, and yeah, it's pretty bad out there. So obviously, keep that in the back of your pocket there. If you've got old people or kids, or if you're going to be outside yourself, working on something, try not to spend too much time outside.
Extended through noon today. Unhealthy for sensitive groups is where we're at for this part of the state.
Tens of thousands of pounds of butter are being recalled.
What?
The Food and Drug Administration said Bunge, B-U-N-G, North America recalled the butter, which was distributed from 12 centers across the U.S. and one additional center based in the Dominican Republic. The recall affects about 65,000 pounds of their North America or NH European-style butter blend. So if you want to find out about this butter recall, you can obviously go online and give it a Google. But there is a recall on a bunch of butter that's been sold throughout America and the Dominican Republic. Sioux Falls, South Dakota, the Highway Patrol releasing a list of crashes and arrests at Sturgis that occurred in the span of just one day at the 85th Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. Wow. According to a press release from the Department of Public Safety there, a total of 18 crashes between 6 a.m. Saturday and 6 a.m. Sunday. One of those crashes deadly. Obviously, you get that many motorcycles coming into town, you're going to have crashes, you're going to have accidents.
Thousands and thousands of people.
The fatal crash occurred on Saturday morning at about 9:30 in the morning. A 2019 Harley-Davidson motorcycle traveling westbound on 16A when the driver, unable to negotiate a curve, tipped into their onto their right side. Motorcycle slid into the eastbound lanes, colliding with three other motorcycles. The 58-year-old male driver of the rider, I should say, of the 2019 Harley died from his injuries. The other three riders, serious, non-life-threatening injuries. Helmet use for all four riders under investigation. But yeah, they had a bunch of arrests. They did have a bunch of crashes, and including this one deadly crash. And last but not least, a bear that had a jug stuck on its head finally got some help.
Wander into some place where somebody saw it and took care of it?
Yeah, the bear was first spotted with a plastic jug on its head back on July 26th. Between then and this week, it was finally caught. Had covered more than 50 miles, including parts of Bayfield, Sawyer, and Douglas counties.
Oh my gosh, that poor thing.
Wildlife officials and services, along with the DNR, had tried live trapping the bear, but didn't have any luck because the bear was traveling so much. It was found in a yard in Bayfield County on Sunday. The bear was then tranquilized. Wildlife services were able to cut the jug off the bear's head. Don't know how long the jug was on the bear's head, but it was a little skinny when they captured it.
Yeah.
There were punctures in the jug, likely from the bear's claws, and a public observation indicated that it was able to drink by dunking its head into water.
Oh.
So essentially, like filling up this jug with water and then just sort of drinking it.
Trying desperately to claw it off and get some air and get some food and get some...
They said the bear was likely surviving on body fat reserves, which can be significant on bears by midsummer. A bear that age and sex normally averages between 150 to 175 pounds this year. The bear, unfortunately, only weighed about 70 pounds.
Yeah, that had been stuck a long time.
But they were able to get that jug off the bear and it woke up.
Bear taken care of.
Maybe leave a bag of apples out for it before you take off after you cut that jug off its head. Something. Fatten it up a little bit, but the bear's going to be okay. It's Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. We've got, again, some hazy, foggy, kind of cloudy, misty, muggy, bleh.
Yeah, but the weather, other than that, if you can get past that until noon today, air quality, by the way, again, bad for sensitive groups in our area and the farther east you travel, the worse it gets across the state of Wisconsin to be where it's actually dangerous by Milwaukee and Door County. But mid-80s today, tomorrow breezy, same. And then Thursday, we've got a slight chance for rain and temperatures start to rise up into the upper 80s, 90 by Friday, and then a chance of rain again on Saturday.
Going to be hot later this week. Some showers and thunderstorms at times also in the forecast. Possibility of that. That'll be mostly later this week, but today and tomorrow, not bad. Mid-80s with mix of sun and clouds. It's Mammoth.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Larry Vitette Man on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. The Brewers remain hot with a 3-1 win over the Braves last night.
Brewers a pitch away from their 68th win. 0-2. Ground ball to third. Durbin has it. Across the diamond. White is out. 4 straight wins for the Brewers as they shut down the Braves tonight 3-1.
Yeah, 3-1 the final score there as the Brew Crew remain hot. Their 4th win in a row, their 8th win out of their last 11 games, and those same 2 teams go at it tonight at 6:15 for first pitch.
That's great.
NFL preseason week 1 will kick off Thursday night with the Colts at the Ravens. 6 p.m. on the NFL Network. Vikings host the Texans on Saturday afternoon at 3 on the NFL Network. Packers host the Jets Saturday night, 7 p.m. That game also on the NFL Network. Police in College Park, Georgia, say they've arrested Delbert Carver after he allegedly threw a dildo onto the court during last Tuesday's Golden State Valkyries Atlanta Dream game.
So that was the first one.
That was the first
one that happened.
The second one was during the Chicago Sky game. Carver, who is 23 years old, facing counts of disorderly conduct, public indecency, and indecent exposure, along with criminal trespass. Shame, I know your name. Delbert Carver, arrested for throwing a dildo at a WNBA game. NFL Players Association on Sunday night elected David White as their interim executive director 17 days after Lloyd Howell Jr. resigned. White is the CEO of 3CG Ventures, an executive coaching and strategic firm. Strategery.
Mm-hmm.
Former board chair of the Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco. Extensive labor experience, having served as the leader of the SAG-AFTRA union with 160,000 members who work in the entertainment industry. He had that job from 2009 to 2021, so he has some experience in working with a lot of members of an organization.
Yeah.
He says, "I'm grateful to the NFL Players Association leadership for entrusting me with the privilege and responsibility to guide their union as interim executive director. It's a duty I do not take lightly." Obviously, they'll work to try to find a more permanent solution, or maybe this guy is the permanent solution. We'll see. Texas, Ohio State, Penn State, Georgia, and Notre Dame, the top 5 teams in the coaches' preseason top 25 poll that was released yesterday. The number 1 Longhorns will visit the number 2 Buckeyes in both teams' season opener on August 30th at Ohio Stadium. That's, I believe, the first time that's ever happened, where a number 1 and a number 2 face each other in the first week of the regular season. Yeah, so that's going to be a huge and that's going to obviously impact both teams, you know, when you look at the standings. Texas-Ohio State matchup headlining a massive first weekend of college football. In other games on August 30th, number 6 Clemson hosting number 9 LSU, number 8 Alabama visiting Florida State, and then on the following day on the 31st, the number 10 Hurricanes face the number 5 Fighting Irish. AP will release their preseason rankings on the 11th, so sometime next week. I believe, what's that, Monday of next week, we'll get the AP Top 25 poll, but the coaches poll is out. And you've got Texas, Ohio State, Penn State, Georgia, and Notre Dame as your top 5 teams.
Okay.
Sports on Rock Mornings. Brian and Gene. We've got Grant Bills coming up. We'll let you know what's new on New Release Tuesday. Going to talk about lazy meals.
Made meatloaf last night. I wouldn't call that necessarily a lazy meal.
Meatloaf.
Meatloaf.
Double beatloaf. Do you have some sort of special recipe for meatloaf?
Nah.
Milk, breadcrumbs, eggs, onions?
Salt, pepper.
Do you do a glaze on the top, like a brown sugar barbecue sauce kind of thing? Just a ketchup?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that a family favorite, or is that just sort of like okay. Mom's meatloaf?
There isn't anybody that doesn't like that one.
Is there anything you have to do in order for gluten? I mean,
breadcrumbs.
The breadcrumbs have got to be gluten-free?
Correct.
How do you get gluten-free breadcrumbs?
You buy them You just spend twice as much money. That's what you do for everything that has less, that doesn't have gluten in it,
Sounds like
Brian.
fun.
You spend twice as much money. But the remember I told you went to the farmer's market? The green beans?
Yeah.
Ugh, so good.
All right.
And potatoes?
Yeah, we've
so
got
good, so fresh.
The wife's out of town starting tomorrow. She's going to some kind of work thing, and she leaves bright and early in the morning. So tonight we'll probably have some kind of barbecued ribs and whatever's in the fridge. Try to get rid of all that.
Eat up the leftovers.
So, yeah. Got a text from Ryan, said the butter recall is the dumbest reason I've ever heard of. It's because it doesn't have an allergy warning if it contains milk. Who the F is buying butter not knowing it's made from milk? Well, Ryan, it has nothing to do with people being dumb. It has to do with lawsuits. That's what that's all about. It's about please don't sue us. Yeah.
Correct.
That's the world we live in today. It's not about whether or not people are smart enough, but people are very litigious. I mean, we talked about this guy before. There's a guy, and he lives in Wisconsin, and his job, his career,
What he does for a living.
What he does for a living, to earn a living, to pay his bills, is he applies for jobs, and he's very good at reading the small and fine print, and then when they don't do certain things in that job process, he sues them to the point where they usually settle out of court, and he makes his money that way.
And then he moves on to another
And then he
job.
moves on to the next thing because people are litigious, and that's what they want to do.
Yep.
So it has nothing to do with it being dumb or stupid. I completely agree that, not listing dairy on a stick of
Milk
butter
on butter.
makes a lot of sense here, but it's not about that. It's about getting sued legally. It's about covering your bases.
Yeah, they have to have it on there.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you for the text, though, Ryan. Appreciate it. Good to hear from you. Volbeat coming up next.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
The latest from Ghost on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. It's Tuesday. It's going to be kind of hazy thanks to the Canadian wildfires. Got to mow that lawn. Cut that grass, Gene. Got to cut that grass. Got to get it done today.
gonna get warm towards the end of the week. Looks like 90-ish and pretty humid on Friday. Maybe some rain on Saturday, but otherwise in the 80s, this air quality thing in effect until noon, although I feel like it never expires. It's always until
I don't know why they even
tomorrow
bother.
at noon, and then it's like, did it really expire tomorrow?
Well, they
But
must be
they're
they battling the wildfires, right? They're not just letting them burn out of control.
But they're watching it. It's obviously, and it's worse the farther east you go in the state of Wisconsin. Door County and Milwaukee look miserable.
It's noticeable, though. You know,
Oh yeah, it's
back
noticeable.
of the throat, nose, those kind of things. You can definitely tell.
I thought Friday
The
and
smell.
Saturday were. Friday in particular was the worst, but yeah, it's not good. If you work outside, be careful.
Television tonight, a new episode of America's Got Talent on NBC. New episode of The 1% Club tonight on Fox, followed by a new episode of The Snake. Over on HBO tonight, it is the 20th season premiere of Hard Knocks. This time they're at training camp with the Buffalo Bills.
Ready back there? Far away. Now that you're inside the building, it's what you do with the opportunity that matters most.
Josh Allen is Superman right now.
I see the best player in the building wearing number 17. It's Buffalo versus the world. There's just one thing left to do.
We have to make the city proud.
This is about hanging a banner.
Buffalo Bills, Hard Knocks, training camp with them. Season 20 premiere tonight on HBO. Watch what happens live over on Bravo. You have Allison Brie and Dave Franco as the guests on that show. And the series premiere, speaking of football, it's that time of year. SEC football, any given Sunday. Or I should say Saturday. Any given Saturday. It's on Netflix. It's a behind-the-scenes documentary of the 2024 SEC season.
When I was a little boy, teachers would ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? I'd say college football player.
The SEC is the greatest place in the world to play college football.
It's the SEC teams who are winning the national championship.
There's such small towns, maybe there's 30,000. But you pull up to the stadium and there's 90,000 people.
If you play in this league, you will walk into the line.
Every kid in this state grew up dreaming to play for one of the universities.
Florida, Tennessee, Auburn, Alabama, LSU, all these teams are wrapped in the fabric of those communities.
I have my life, mortgage, and everything associated with these 18 to 21-year-olds.
What am I, crazy?
SEC football, any given Saturday, makes its premiere on Netflix today.
That sounds pretty good.
You want to watch a recap, if you will, a behind-the-scenes look at last year's SEC schedule. That's what's on the boob tube. Tonight, you've got Lin-Manuel Miranda, along with Chance the Rapper on Fallon.
As they say in hockey, let's do that hockey.
Stephen Colbert has got Fred Armisen and Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker as his guests this evening. And Seth Meyers is talking to Brittany Snow, Lizzie Davidson, and Bill Hader.
This place has everything. Asbestos, lupus, the magazines at Supercuts.
Dan Cortez. Bill Hader going to be on with Seth Meyers later on tonight. It's also New Release Tuesday, and if you're looking to pick up a DVD, there's not a whole lot. There's only a couple. Rated R, it's called Friendship, stars Tim Robinson, Paul Rudd, Kate Mara. A suburban dad falls hard for his charismatic new neighbor. It's a bromance movie.
Oh, man, that's Jerry. Whoa. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is my dream car.
I hope you get it one day. This thing is absolutely cherry.
Friendship is a disastrously awkward bromance.
Really excited about it.
The funniest thing I've seen in my entire life.
You just gave me goosebumps on this movie.
An instant classic.
My whole body was vibrating.
It's I Love You Man for sickos. Whoa, buddy.
This is insane.
I don't wish to continue this friendship at the moment.
It's called Friendship. It's rated R, and it stars Paul Rudd, and it's on DVD today for New Release Tuesday. Also rated R and on DVD today, a movie called Barron's Cove. Speaking of Brittany Snow, who's going to be on late night TV tonight. I think she's in that, what's that Texas Mom show that's on Netflix that just came out? The Boston chick who moves to Texas, The Hunting Wives. Remember that? We talked about that a couple weeks ago.
Okay, yeah.
So Brittany Snow and Stephen Lang, who is a hell of an actor. It's called Barron's Cove, and it's about a son who is tragically killed. The grieving father with a history of violence kidnaps the child responsible for his son's death, igniting a frenzied manhunt fueled by a powerful politician who is the father of the kidnapped boy.
Today at 3 p.m., my son, Ethan, went missing from his school.
Did you hurt my son?
You won't hurt me. I know you.
What are you looking to build? Maybe I should ask, what are you trying to break?
He's the son of a future senator. You know what that means?
We have to find this missing boy. You can get into a lot of trouble, and I don't want that.
Caleb, why are you doing this?
I wanted Barron to be brave. Why should I want that for myself? I have worked too hard to build this life.
Baron killed himself because he hated you.
I know that you did this.
Trailer looks good, gotta be honest. Not a movie that went into theaters, but Barron's Cove, rated R, starring Stephen Lang, Brittany Snow, and a guy whose son dies, blames it on some other kid, and kidnaps the kid who's the son of a powerful politician.
And then the rest of the movie happens.
Yeah. It's called Barron's Cove. Also new on New Release Tuesday, a movie called Neighborhood Watch. It's rated R. It stars Jeffrey Dean Morgan, you might know from The Walking Dead. And also Jack Quaid. Malin Ackerman is also in this one. A mentally ill young man thinks that he witnesses an abduction, and the police refuse to help him or believe him because they think he's mentally ill. So he turns to his next-door neighbor, a bitter and retired security guard, to help him try to track down this missing woman.
Scarf, I know you can hear me.
You live next door, Screw Loose.
Wait, weren't you like a cop or something?
Or something. Why don't you show me where you saw whatever it is you think you saw?
I saw a woman get shoved into a white van.
You think she was a working girl?
I don't know where she works.
Oh, my God. Follow my lead. I am Lieutenant Mitchum, Homewood Police Department. This is my partner.
We're the cops.
It's called Neighborhood Watch. Stars Jack Quaid from The Boys. He was in that companion movie.
Yes.
The skinny kid?
Yes.
With the robot girlfriend?
Yes.
Yeah, Jack Quaid, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, obviously, from The Walking Dead, a bunch of other stuff, and Malin Ackerman. And the mentally ill neighbor thinks that he sees a girl get abducted and goes to his next-door neighbor, played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who is a retired security guard. And they go on the lookout, try to track this girl down.
That he may or may not have seen.
Yeah.
Right? That's what you're left with.
That's what's new on New Release Tuesday. We got Grant Bills coming up a bit later on. We'll talk to him. As I mentioned, we watched the Amy Bradley series on Netflix over the weekend. Finished that up. It was okay. She's definitely alive. Well, she may not be alive now, but she was alive for years after that disappearance off that cruise ship. There's too much evidence to suggest that she was
not alive.
Not alive, yeah. I mean, they got some pictures and some weird voicemails and stuff, and
or someone living as her identity.
No, I'm pretty sure it was her. It seems like she may have gotten, I don't know if sold's the best word, but ended up in the sex trade business somehow down there in the Caribbean. But yeah, we watched that on Netflix. Got to watch the next one, which is this whole train wreck series on Netflix. Have you seen any of these?
I have scrolled through them. Okay. I haven't watched any of them. We're watching that Untamed I was telling you about.
Oh, yeah, we watched that. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah, the next train wreck one that we're going to watch is the one about storming Area 51. All the nerds wanted to go break through the fences at a military base. We'll get to that at some point. Right now, Smashing Pumpkins. If you got something you want, rockmornings.com.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Breaking Benjamin, the Diary of Jane on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Grant Bill's going to join us about an hour and 10 minutes from now. Talk to him about Wisco sports. National Couscous Day.
It's all right.
I like couscous. Festival Foods makes the that mint and feta Israeli couscous
salad thing.
Oh, mama. It's like one of my favorites. It's also National Night Out. A lot of communities participating in the National Night Out with local police departments showing up and trying to get to know you a little bit better.
First Tuesday of August, a community building campaign that promotes police community partnerships, neighborhood camaraderie, and a popular way for residents to connect with not only law enforcement, but each other and who lives in the neighborhood. And, you know, maybe you see each other walking your dogs or the kids are out playing or whatever, but getting to know and recognize and say, hey, that family belongs there. Those kids belong in that house, you know, like watching out for each other.
Well, we just had 3 houses on our block get sold in the last month. So maybe those people moving into the neighborhood that are new can be a part of that. National Night Outs, National Couscous Day. It's also National Oyster Day, your favorite.
No, thanks.
And National Underwear Day. So
wear some underwear.
Wear some underwear. And eat some couscous while you're hanging out with your neighbors. Maybe don't bring oysters to your National Night Out.
Probably not. Hot summer night.
Not so much. A brother and sister who were separated at birth, well, not necessarily at birth, but as kids, just found each other 80 years later. Took them 80 years to track each other down.
Did it really?
Donald Hefke and Marianne Griffin are their names. She's 80, he's 81. Mom apparently had mental health issues, and Dad couldn't take care of them, so they ended up in foster care as babies back in the 1940s. He found out about her when he reached out to his foster agency back in 1963 and tracked down her adoptive parents, but they told him to get lost, so he did. So this guy wanted to know when he was in his 20s.
They wanted nothing to do with reuniting them.
Right. Donald's daughter ended up spending 2 decades trying to track Marianne down for her dad, and finally did last year. She realized Marianne's son did a DNA test through Ancestry.com and got in touch with him. Donald is in Florida. Marianne lives in California. They've talked on the phone a bunch, but haven't been able to meet up in person. She's planning to fly to Florida to see him soon. But how cool is that on his daughter to realize Dad, in his 20s as a young man, wanted to find his long-lost sister and was told to beat feet by the adoptive parents of the girl and was probably a very awful situation emotionally for him. So here we are, fast forward 60 years later into the 2000s and 2020s, and we have the technology now, and we've got all the DNA ancestry websites and stuff. And the daughter takes it upon herself, his daughter, and says, you know what, this was important to my dad in the 60s, and he probably gave up all hope.
So I'm going to
And now he's an 80-year-old guy, and what does he know about going on 23andMe?
Well, and he's not going to, right? He did that. He tried that. It didn't work. And
right,
he
through
went
the
on
route that he would know how to take, but this might be a way for me to make that a reality for him, right? Before he gets too old or passes away or she's gone or whatever.
The fact that they were both still alive, honestly.
Yeah, so his daughter tracking down his sister 80 years after they were born.
I know I'm just 80, and we're not getting any younger. And we found each other. My brother was so happy. He said, Marion, this is you. Oh, my goodness, I've been looking for you, Marion. He couldn't even stop saying my name. My gosh, don't give up. This is not the 40s no more, and the 50s, and keep in contact with each other. Family is so important.
Donald and Marianne finding each other 80 years later. They did have another brother, an older brother. His name was Ernest. He was born deaf and died since, the 40s when they were all born. But they were living in Chicago with their birth parents. Hefke born in 44. Griffin arrived the following year. His daughter Denise is the one who ended up tracking down his sister. Mom had been struggling with post-traumatic stress disorder, was placed in a mental institution rather than getting, mental.
Well, it was back then.
Yeah, I know, in the 40s. This was shortly after Donald's birth. Father not able to take care of the children on his own. They were placed in foster care. Griffin only being 8 months old. Hefke barely a year old. Griffin adopted by a Lutheran minister and his family. Hefke remained with a foster family until he was commissioned into the U.S. Air Force. Hefke who was determined to learn more about his biological family, reached out to the foster care agency.
I was just going to say, wait a second.
In 1963, and they replied with a little bit more information, including that he had a sister named Marianne, which he didn't even know, apparently. So here he is, almost 20 years old, reaches out to, knew he was a foster, right? Knew he'd been adopted. Reached out to the foster agency, which probably didn't keep very good records back in the 40s and 50s. Told him that he had a sister.
Biological sister.
Right,
and
that had been adopted. Yeah, and started the process and ended up finding her parents, her adoptive parents, and they told him to get lost.
Which you just told me was a Lutheran pastor.
Right.
You would hope that it wouldn't.
Well, no, that was his. That was his adopt. Hers told him to get lost.
Yes.
Yeah. Marianne said, my parents never told me at all about Donald looking for me. Our kids could have grown up together. Instead, we were separated because my parents would not tell me that my brother wrote to me and was looking for me. Oh, my God, the anger she must have inside for that. And, yeah. Ugh.
They were adults at the time, too. It wasn't like she was 5 and he was looking for her and could have, disrupted the apple cart in their home. Right. She was a grown-up, and it was time to know she had family.
His daughter, though, picking up the investigative efforts once she was an adult and spent more than 2 decades going through paperwork, online research, and ancestry websites, and finally found out that her son, Marianne Griffin's son, had completed DNA testing and uploaded it to Ancestry and saw there was a connection, and that's when she went through the whole process connecting the son and the mom and all that stuff. Crazy. Good on them, though.
Mm-hmm. And now they're both still alive, and hopefully they can enjoy each other. Their kids can meet. Maybe they can have this full circle family that they could have had years ago.
Yeah. Reconnect and learn more about each other and, all that stuff. Got a text from Brian in Colorado, says, can you play some Rob Zombie, Feel So Numb? I can, and I will, and I'll do it next.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Start your day with Rock Mornings.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. You said you had meatloaf last night?
Did.
That's a relatively easy meal. I wouldn't call it a lazy meal.
I wouldn't either. It's not hard to assemble, but it does take time. Because then it has to bake for over an hour and all of that stuff. So
well, you got to, if your ground
plan
beef,
ahead.
If your ground beef is frozen, you got to thaw it.
Got
to make sure you got your breadcrumbs and onions, milk, all that stuff, eggs. But in terms of putting it together and cooking it, it's not
doesn't take a lot of ingredients.
It's just a time thing. Yeah. I don't think of that as a lazy meal. And some of the ones that are listed on this website are definitely not lazy meals. I think of a lazy meal like Donut's favorite thing when we were growing up, which was ketchup sandwiches.
I think of a lazy meal as something that doesn't really... I mean, what I made last night was potatoes and green beans, and that's like a
You know what a lazy meal is?
Meal.
Frozen pizza.
Yes. Macaroni
Microwave
and
bowl,
cheese.
right?
Microwave
Some kind
bowl.
of
Yes.
soup, chili out of a can. I would even go so far as to say, if you really want to laze it up, don't even heat it. Because I've been
cold
known...
pizza, you mean?
I've been known to... Well, you're not going to eat frozen...
No, but I mean cold leftover pizzas. I mean, lazy.
yeah, I mean, I'm talking more like opening up a can of Chef Boyardee ravioli and just eating it out of the can.
Frozen waffles toasted with some maple syrup at dinner.
Yeah,
Bam.
that can be a lazy meal. Donut would, when we were kids, he would take a slice of white bread, squirt ketchup on it, fold it in half, and eat it. And I just found that to be very
It's not
odd.
a meal, that's a snack, isn't it?
I don't know, but I found that to be very
We
odd.
have a friend who didn't heat up raviolis. He would just eat them out of a can cold. That's
I've done
a
that
lazy
before.
meal. That's a lazy meal.
Yeah. But somebody asking people about their lazy meal creations. These all sound like they have way too many steps. I'll do like pasta with just butter and some garlic.
Yeah, butter or parm, butter noodles.
Yeah, just that's I'm good for that. I'm getting a ton of carbs and butter, which is good for my system.
Sort of a lazy meal.
Keeps
I would
me
guess.
running.
Yeah.
I think of a lazy meal as 1 to 2 steps. You know, limited steps, limited
Cook
amount
the
of
noodles,
time.
put some butter on it.
Right, it doesn't take very long. Even mac and cheese, I guess, is kind of a lazy meal because you've got the butter, the milk, the powder, and the noodles. So it's
Unless you've got the squeezed cheese ones, and those are delicious.
Somebody said white rice seasoned with chili oil and soy sauce with a couple of eggs fried on in butter on top, which sounds delish, but that sounds like you're making a meal. Do you know how involved rice is?
Well, no, it's not that hard, but now
I know,
it's
but-
almost like they're almost making a stir fry.
Yeah,
Or,
you might as well take another step and add some
fried
veggies or
rice.
something. You know, I mean, this one I will say is definitely a lazy meal.
All right, hit me up.
This one's super easy too because it's like 3 ingredients: frozen barbecue meatballs, a bag of them, the grape jelly, and some barbecue sauce. You put it in the crock pot, and an hour or 2 later, you got yourself a bunch of meatballs.
Sure. Anything where the main part of it is frozen and already cooked, really, and you're just heating it up, and then you have dinner, is sort of a lazy meal.
Another lazy meal: a can of chili with cheese on top, some fruit, and chocolate milk. All my bases are covered. That's lazy.
It is. I don't usually use canned chili for anything except chili dogs.
What about like a chili cheese dip?
Yeah, I mean like that, not like for chili. If I'm eating chili,
Yeah,
it's
if you're
'cause I
making
made
chili, that's not a lazy
that's-
meal. Spam and rice.
Oh, ew.
What is it with rice?
Well, it's cheap. super
guess.
cheap. And you get a lot of it.
They say I'll use mini hot dogs instead with an egg, avocado, and carrots. That, again, is not, to me, lazy. That's involved. You've got like several different ingredients and steps.
I don't know if I'm getting lazy or I'm getting like budget. You know what I mean? Because right there, you're putting eggs and rice and calling it a meal.
Somebody said air fryer bean burrito and single package of guacamole.
Well, now you're making a frozen burrito. Again, anything that you can
I feel like
microwave or air fry or bake from frozen.
if you're doing like a goulash of what's left in your fridge, like a weird sort of like amalgamation of things, that would be a lazy meal, right? Like if the food's already there and you're just sort of mixing it together. Here's one: lazy hamburger helper. Brown some ground beef, put in mac and cheese with extra cheese, add peas on the side. My family loves it. Is that a lazy meal? No. These are just people online
Yep.
suggesting what their lazy meals are. Hidden Valley Ranch seasoning mixed in with cottage cheese and dip whatever chip or cracker I have into it.
See, these also sound real poor, too. You know what I mean? Like what you're doing when you're making ramen and hot dogs and rice and eggs and, lazy and on a budget.
Peanut butter and banana sandwich.
My kids ate that all the time. They liked it, though, with honey drizzled on top of it on toast.
The laziest of all the lazies would be the tortilla cheese, shredded cheese meal, right? Where you just
quesadilla?
basically... No, you take tortilla chips, you take whatever shredded cheese, and you top them, you throw it in the microwave, and so the cheese is melted, and then you're just eating, like, rubbery chips with melted cheese on them.
Because every parent in the world has made cheese quesadillas, which are lazy too, but they're home from school and they're starving, and it's like, okay, well, I'm just throwing this in a frying pan, putting some cheese over the top, putting another shell, cutting it up, dipping it in salsa, and it's go time.
But yeah, lazy meals. I think anything you just heat up in the
chicken nuggets and French fries that are frozen falls into that category.
Especially if it's microwave. The oven is, again, that takes a while to heat up, and then you've got to, put it on a sheet pan, and then you got to put it in there and take it out, flip them sometimes. It's a lot of steps there. But if you just stick in a bowl.
That's pre-assembled in, like, my lunches.
Yeah. Cereal would be a lazy meal, right? 2 steps. Can't go wrong with that. Lazy meals. It's Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. We'll get to sports in a bit. Also, Grant Bill's going to join us. Brian in Colorado texted in, wanted to hear some Rob Zombie, so here you go.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find the daily podcast at rockmornings.com.
Requested Rob Zombie with Feel So Numb for Brian in Colorado. Says he works nights, needs something to drive home and wake up. Hope that helps. Should, right?
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Get in touch with us. Visit rockmornings.com for all of our contact info. You can also download the 95.7 The Rock app or the 92.9 The X app. And you can submit photos, voicemails, videos right through the apps. Let us know what you're up to.
Please do.
The Brew Crew continue their hot streak with a win over the Braves last night. 3-1 the final score. They've won 4 in a row, and they've won 8 of their last 11 games. Same 2 teams tonight at 6:15. NFL preseason week 1 kicks off Thursday. Colts at Ravens, 6 p.m. on the NFL Network. Packers will host the Jets on Saturday night at 7. That game will be on the NFL Network as well. The first 5K was held in memory of John and Matthew Gaudreau. Helped raise more than $500,000, $500,000, enough to break ground later this year on an accessible playground at the special education school where the hockey player's mother works. Thousands of people attending the Gaudreau family 5K walk run and family day in May at Washington Lake Park in southern New Jersey, a place that John and Matthew went hundreds of times as kids. Around the corner from the Hollydale Ice Arena where they started playing hockey as kids. The 5K drew more than 1,100 participants, and the walk, along with more than 1,100 virtually throughout the U.S., Canada, and the rest of the world, and over $500,000 raised.
That's great. I mean, what are you going to
break ground later on this year?
Trying to do good things with the memory.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty cool. Elsewhere in the world of hockey.
What?
An NHL player and a team mascot almost didn't survive a video shoot in Alaska. What happens in Alaska?
Bear.
While we were fishing, we had a pretty close call with a couple bears. We got a bear.
Oh, I got to break you off.
Okay.
Hey, Sam, we got a bear. We got to move down.
Oh, my God.
I want to blame it on Bowie. They were pretty interested in his whole look, so we got out of it okay, but it was a close call.
Dramatic moment in the video where you see the bear come out of the bushes and be like, yo, what's going on over here? NHL player and his team mascot charged by a bear while shooting a video in an Alaskan river. Seattle Kraken forward John Hayden and their troll mascot Bowie.
We're just trying to fish here, man. Do a little fishing.
Shooting a fishing segment, right? Doing a little thing for the video, for the socials. When a bear came out of the woods and charged at them, sending the crew running. Fortunately for them, it pulled up short. Hayden joked that the bear was interested in Bowie's unusual look. Yeah, well, what's this big, weird blue and black furry thing?
The bears can smell the menstruation.
Hayden, drafted in 2013, been with the Kraken since 2022, recently signed a 2-year extension, but maybe not going out in the woods to shoot these fishing videos. Maybe somewhere a little safer. In the Alaskan wild?
Yeah, bears.
They're in the Alaskan wild. Well, that's where you'd find the river and the place to fish and the bear.
They don't have anything in Seattle where the Kraken play their hockey? They don't have a river in Seattle? Not that there aren't bears in Seattle, but they don't have somewhere maybe closer to home?
Maybe they made a whole trip out of it. Maybe they were there for like a week, enjoying the great outdoors.
But yeah, Seattle Kraken forward John Hayden and their troll mascot Bowie were out shooting a fishing segment when the bear came out of the woods and said, "Oh, not on my turf."
I shooed the bear away. I told him he was a naughty bear.
Not right now.
Dude, that guy in the costume's got to be like, "Oh, I'm screwed.
How
I got
fast can you run in this?
zero chance. I got no.
running.
Not only am I
Can't
like
see very
not a
good.
professional athlete, right? But I'm also in this crazy costume. I have no chance whatsoever to get away from this bear. The only thing I can hope for is that the costume somehow protects me in some
Yes.
way, shape, or form.
Like, how
should the
thick
bear
is it?
get on top of me and start pummeling?
Big Bear, chase! Big Bear, chase!
What does he say?
What? Big Bear, chase me!
Yeah, Hayden is a professional athlete, right? Gets paid to play hockey. Might have a better chance running away than the
Mascot
guy
kid,
in the big,
mascot kid.
heavy, stupid, hot mascot costume with all the fishing gear, just trying to get away from this bear. I'm going to have to rethink my choices in life. Maybe being the mascot isn't such a calling afterwards, you know? Sports on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. We'll get to Papa Roach and 3 Days Grace in just a bit.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Weekdays, 6 to 9.
Papa Roach, even if it kills me. Can you juggle? You know how to juggle?
No, but my husband can.
Like, just the three, or can he do, like, real juggling?
He can do 3. I think he can do 4, but he can do, he's not doing...
Right, axes and chainsaws.
But he can do various items. He
Okay,
could
so it's not just 3 balls or 3 oranges. Or...
He can do the juggle sticks. He's got those.
Okay. So he's
and he can
so he can juggle.
He can juggle.
All right. Yeah. Have you ever tried?
Yes.
And?
It goes exactly like me trying to whistle.
Massive failure.
Yeah, I can't do it.
And you just kind of...
I always thought it was cool, though. It was one of the...
feels like something you can learn as opposed to whistling. Like, for whatever reason, you don't have that ability.
I don't know. Maybe I didn't care enough. He obviously learned how to do it when he was younger and knows how to do it. And so, yeah, he's got juggling balls and sticks, and he can do oranges or, various...
Any of the kids interested in the juggling?
They were when they were little,
right.
And they always thought it was cool that he could do it.
Right,
and then they would try, but I don't think any of them ever got, nailed it.
I can't juggle.
It's not like cats. He's never been
and that's
live animals, but cool things.
Can he juggle an apple and take a bite of it when it comes down?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, he can juggle, huh?
He can.
So
it's
a little bit more time and effort. He could probably
I don't think he could do it every single time, but I've seen him be able to take it out of the air and do it. It might not be like I can repeat the same thing every time, but I can do it.
How often do you see him do it?
Juggle?
Yeah.
More. It used to be more often. Especially.
But he can still dust that off. It's in his toolbox,
yes.
huh? That's his move, huh? Did he get you with that? Is that how it happened?
Well, it helps.
Helps. Well, apparently juggling is a great way to stay healthy. That's a new health hack.
Because I suppose, right? Visual mind.
New York Post did a big story on how more and more studies have found that juggling can boost your brain health and count as exercise, physical activity. It helps with everything from hand-eye coordination to balance. Obviously, the hand-eye coordination, very easy to... One neuroscientist said, quote, it changes how quickly you react to objects, how well you coordinate between 2 hands, and how you keep your posture under control. Juggling 2 balls can have a positive effect, so you don't have to be crazy good or do bowling pins or machetes. A study in 2022, just a couple of years ago, found that all 20 seniors, all of them, all 100% of these seniors in a group were eventually able to juggle 3 balls. It just takes practice. So even people who are of an advanced age who have never juggled
start
before,
with 2 and they just keep practicing,
can get it down and get to 3. On top of the brain boost, it can also help keep you fit. The New York Times also did a story recently that said juggling can burn about 280 calories per hour, roughly what you get from an hour-long walk.
Interesting. I get the concentration, though, and the eye-hand coordination. You got to
especially at first when it's not a rhythm thing, right? Because a lot of these jugglers, it feels like they just sort of have that intuitive nature as opposed to the people who are learning and are just like, where's it going, where's it going, where's it going? I got no shot.
Well, even if you have an intuitive nature, you're still, you're thinking. It's hand-eye coordination. It's constantly thinking.
It's like when I tried to learn how to play drums. I've tried several times. I cannot disconnect my feet and my hands. I want to learn drums so bad. My entire life, I took it in elementary school, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, music
got the
classes.
practice pad and all the stuff, and I've gone to friends, people who
Your feet can't.
I think maybe part of the problem too is I'm going to people that I know personally
who are drummers,
and I'm just and they get frustrated obviously, and they're just like, well, just do it, and I'm like, it doesn't work like that. So I've tried, and I cannot but like every time I try to drum, I can't separate my feet and my hands for whatever reason. So.
Is it one of these? The pat the belly?
That I can do. That I can do.
The belly and the rub the
that
stomach?
I can do.
Okay.
It's just
it's
whatever,
the feet and the hands.
Whatever it is with the drumming, it's a thing.
Well, interesting.
Somebody said juggling 3 things is real juggling, which is apparently what your husband can do.
Yeah, and he can do the one where you throw it up and then you throw the 2 back before the other one comes down.
Can he catch things that get thrown in the middle? Like if he's got 3 and you throw a 4th in?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Like if he's got 3 apples and you throw a 4th one in the mix from outside the circle.
Yes.
He can catch that and add it to the mix?
Yes.
That's impressive.
Well, he could. I haven't thrown a 4th one at him in a long time, so I don't know if he still can, but yes, he could.
Crusty jugglers.
Yeah.
Before we could say gypsy scum, we were knee-deep in dog muck thieving kids and crusty jugglers.
Crusty jugglers.
Crusty jugglers.
Your husband, the juggler.
Yeah.
Do you have any kind of weird hidden talent?
Not really.
Nothing? Not a weird...
Mm-mm. I have crazy dreams. Is that a talent?
No, that doesn't count.
Then no.
Well, you stink. You can't whistle.
You can bowl okay.
You're afraid of airplanes and elevators.
Yeah, there's a lot of fears. Are we making that list? Because you're going to need more paper.
Husband's over there just juggling away.
Like I said, I haven't seen him do it in a long time, but I'm assuming it's like riding a bike.
What are those sticks called that you see at hippie festivals with the... We had a pair of those. We were selling them at a T-shirt shop that I managed years ago at a mall, and I got pretty good at those. Where it's like coated in like a fabric almost.
Does
like
it have leather like?
Yeah, so it's got the tassels at the other end and like a tennis ball type thing and a tassel, and there's a stick in the middle. And it's wrapped in like fabric, and then you got 2 sticks, and you kind of spin it around, and then you flip flap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had those like when the middle of summer and no one was coming into the mall. You just stand there all day and just do that. I got pretty good at one. What do they call those?
I have no idea. I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah, but I don't think I could juggle. I could maybe learn, but... It's Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. We've got Grant Bills joining us a bit later on. Some Soundgarden coming up. Air quality, not good in Wisconsin. DNR continuing the air quality alerts until noon today.
Especially sensitive groups today. It sounds like if you don't have any issues, it's a little bit better than it was.
There's a rural area in the mountains of northern Italy where local farmers, I love this move.
What?
They've set up turnstiles, like in a subway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For their animals?
No. For tourists and influencers.
That are coming to their farms?
Yeah, because they keep showing up to take pictures and do travel influencing, and they're not making any money, right? These guys got the farms, and it's their land. I mean, they're staying at the hotels and stuff. But these farmers who own the lands aren't getting anything out of it. So in a rural area of the mountains in northern Italy, local farmers have set up turnstiles like the ones at an amusement park or at at a subway station to charge people who are there to take photos. And they're not targeting regular tourists or retirees. Apparently, the area has been so overrun by travel influencers who are flooding into the area in droves for their social media content that these guys decided to install the turnstiles. They charge about $6 each to access several Instagrammable spots. And they can do this because the land people are passing through is private. It's private land. We own it. It's ours. Of course, publicity and exclusivity is making influencers more interested in it, which is a brilliant idea, right? Make it even more harder to get to, especially if you can get a shot with the turnstiles. One person said, people go where everybody else goes. We're sheep. So
there must be something really pretty there, waterfalls or a backdrop of some mountains that are just outstanding or something that has made it be this unique location where they're headed.
But maybe like,
but you go through their land to get to that whatever that spot is.
Maybe if you're the Breaking Bad house, right? The guy gets pissed, people throwing pizzas up there, like turn it into a business for yourself, right? Hey, you want to toss a pizza up here and take a picture with it?
$5,
$20, right? It's just like you go to like a Comic-Con convention or whatever, and you get these like guys who were in a TV show 30 years ago, and they're charging $40 for a selfie. That's where their life is, they're charging $40, and that's how they make their money.
Q&A session later too. Maybe they'll
right,
sit
but
down
like if you've got some kind of thing where people are taking photos or they're interested in it because it's famous on the internet or because it was in a movie or a TV show or something like that.
Take after these Italian farmers.
Take it like these Italian guys. Put some turnstiles in or something. Dude, if I own that Breaking Bad thing, I'd make so much effing money.
You could cook the pizzas and then throw them out there.
I'd have the
sell
pizza.
the pizzas too.
I'd sell the pizza
for dinner.
Yeah. Go up there and get it for you. Bring it back. Sign it. Pictures with me and my wife and my kids and my dog. And come on in and check out the house and in the basement. Oh, where'd they go? I don't know. They disappeared. But I got their wallet.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't happen.
No, I know. But the pizza part.
But the pizza thing, you could turn that into a money making scheme.
And the photo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All sorts of different places. We're stopping at on the way back from our trip to New England. One of the places we're stopping to see that comedian William Montgomery from Kill Tony, the podcast.
Yes.
We're stopping at a comedy club in Cincinnati. It's Liberty Township. I think it's called the Laugh Factory. Anyways, we're stopping there on the way back to see him. And when we roll into Cincinnati, my wife wants to go to the zoo. And I think that's the zoo where they killed Harambe back in 2016.
Yes, no, I know.
So I'm going to get me a picture of, if it's available, of the gorilla enclosure where they killed Harambe.
Yeah.
I wonder if they charge for that.
Still, probably.
Get your picture taken in the spot where Harambe was shot and killed, and the whole world went to.
I don't think they
went to. You know what?
About that. I don't think.
Yeah. No,
it's
they
probably
don't.
Not something they want to talk about.
Walk in and be like, "Hey, where's the Harambe
With
thing?"
a shirt on and be that guy.
You think they still sell Harambe stuff there?
No, but probably next door with some guy with a wheelie cart.
I have to look. Yeah, the guy across the street with the $10 shirts. Hell yeah.
Yep, he is.
Cheap shirt guy. I love that guy. Breaking the habit.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Weekdays about 8:15 on Tuesday. Tuesday mornings during the week. There we go. I got it. I get it. Grant Bills joins us, host of the Wisco Sports Show. You can hear him weekday afternoons from 4 until 6 on WKTY in La Crosse and Sports Talk 105.1 in Eau Claire. And off air, Grant Bills was trying to tell me that Jeff Porcaro, who played for Toto, was somehow a better drummer than Neil Peart, a.k.a. the Professor, may he rest in peace, from Rush. You don't truly believe that, do you?
Oh, I absolutely do, and I think there is a small segment of your listeners who are listening right now thinking, it's not going to be popular. Simpson's not going to back down, but Grant's right on this one.
No, you're not right. There is no realm in the Marvel Cinematic Universe in which you are correct, where Toto's drummer is better than Rush's drummer.
He's not Toto. See, you're referring to him as Toto's drummer. That's not really what he drummed on everyone for everything. Came up with some of the most iconic drum parts. And then also those guys like Luthiker and the Porcaros, like they also like, let's also do this Toto thing like on the side. Like we can also have a band that rocks. So I don't know. Plus he I don't know. If you look at pictures of Porcaro from the 80s, and he died so young, which is why we're talking about this, because you mentioned it, like, he just look at him. He had, like, the same thing that Don Henley had late in the 80s, where he kind of looked like a pilgrim from the early days, where, like, the longer hair and then, like, the white puffy shirt thing going. I don't know how to describe this look. He was just cool, and he smoked a billion cigarettes, which is why he, probably
died.
Did you
say he had a puffy shirt and he was cool?
Yeah, it was a different time.
Those two things don't intersect.
Yeah.
They do not intersect.
Looking cool. I see him right there looking cool.
Yeah.
Puffy shirt adjacent. It wasn't like the Seinfeld puffy shirt.
I don't want to be a pirate.
I don't want to be. The way that it's like a pilgrim with the kind of long hair, like in the old paintings.
That makes it better. The pirate to the pilgrim. That makes it that really sells me on the on the description here.
If it was 4 p.m., I'd have the perfect description for this. But this is not I'm not in my wheelhouse at this hour.
All right. Well, I'm sorry to blast you, but you're wrong. I cannot stand up to that any firmer than I just did.
There are people who agree with me. But we will be the small and quiet
Jeff
minority.
Porcaro's mom agrees with you. Maybe that's my Jeff. He's doing such a good thing on his drums.
This is a debate that's happening nowhere else, by the way, and hasn't for a long time.
You got to tune into our crappy show to get this stuff. Yes. Grant, I want to get right into it. I'm predicting that it's going to be a Red Sox and Brewers World Series. We almost got it a few years ago. I was very excited. The Brewers, of course, lost to the Dodgers in that NLCS. The Red Sox would go on to win the World Series, but I was excited because I have never been to a World Series game, let alone a game that involved my team, the Red Sox. There is something going on in Milwaukee. There are pancakes in pockets. I don't know what's happening, but it feels to me, and I said this to Gene earlier, this Brewer situation feels like the Cowboy up years with the Red Sox. There's some kind of magnanimous type thing that's happening here. Do you feel it as well?
Well, it's hard not to over the last 3 months because they just keep winning. Like last night, this is what I did. So after work, I went to, by the way, I'll pat myself on the back. I went to the gym. I lifted some weights. And then I came home and I listened to the final 3 innings of the Brewers in my AirPods while watching the final 5 or 6 innings of the Cubs and the Reds on my laptop. And what's amazing is, and I bet there are probably some Cubs fans listening, and I think they would agree with this, I watch the Brewers and they make baseball look so easy. Like, they just stack hits together. Their pitchers all perform at a high level. Quinn Priester gave up a home run on the first pitch of the game last night and then threw 7 shutout, 2 hit the rest of the way, like was dominant. The Brewers make it look easy. And then I watch the Cubs, and it looks hard. It looks like they got to give birth just to squeeze out a close win a couple of times a week. So I am with you. There's something going on with the Brewers in a way that I'm not noticing with other teams. I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure how they're doing it because I look at the lineup, especially without Churio right now. Right. I'm like, how are you? But they just have something going on. And, of course, their pitching is excellent.
You're without Churio. The Miz is on the IL. The manager's pulling pancakes out of his pocket. There's just this thing. And they didn't add anybody big at the deadline, right? So that was another thing, right, where you could upset the balance, right? That happens from time to time. These teams bring in the Rafael Devers of the world, and all of a sudden things go to bleep. So I don't know. It feels like as I'm watching the Brewers, it's a very exciting time now. Granted, the wheels could fall off the wagon, of course, and you get into the postseason and you start playing more difficult competition. But for whatever, I don't know if there's the ghost of Bob Uecker happening this year, but for whatever reason, Grant, I'm calling it right now. I'm calling my shot. You heard it here first, August 5th, 2 months before the end of the season. I'm saying that the Brewers and the Red Sox will be in the World Series against each other.
Well, God, I hope. I don't really care about your Red Sox. I hope my Brewers make it. The Red Sox, there's some spunk there, and they're cheating again, which is like that's Alex Cora's specialty.
That's how you get the job done.
Yep, and they're in the heads of other teams. Look, with the Brewers, I think it's this chain reaction, right? Like, you talk about a vicious circle. I don't know what the opposite of a vicious circle is, but it's the opposite, where they win a bunch of games, which makes the vibes really good. And because the vibes are really good, it becomes easier to win more games, so on, so forth. Even if Churio gets hurt, I actually think Mizorowski getting hurt with a minor little calf bruise or whatever it is, this is actually great for the Brewers. This gives them an excuse to manage his innings for the next 2 weeks instead of like, oh, we got to pull him after 4 and people are going to give us crap for it. Like, this is great for them. They can just call up Logan Henderson in the minors, who's awesome anyways. He was great on Sunday. He's been great every time they've called on, a big part of their starting pitching depth. So no matter who's been hurt or what goes on, it just seems like the good vibes feed the winning. The more wins feed better vibes, and it just keeps going, and it's been going since late May.
And pocket pancakes feed the team.
Yep. And did you see the interview he had with a very attractive woman on Apple TV? I don't subscribe, but I saw the clips on Twitter. She's like, well, Pat, what else do you put in your pocket? And he doesn't hesitate. He goes, whatever fits. It's like, oh, okay. So this guy's like... This guy's just taking shots on, I don't know if it's national TV, but you know the point. Like, everything's working in Milwaukee.
They're beating everyone, too, which is another reason to believe in the Brewers this year, because usually if you beat up on bad teams, you got a good record, right? Because you can do that easily and pad your stats. But this is a team that's beating everybody and beating them thoroughly, too. I mean, we saw 56 hits. We saw a record number of hits made for the Brewers in a 3-game series. Granted, it's against the Nationals, not a good team, but still, I mean, that speaks volumes about, hitting in numbers, right? And not just eking out a 1-0 win.
Yeah, and last night they had to do that. I think they only had 3 hits last night, but one of them was a 3-run home run by Isaac Collins, who's been excellent for them. He just won MLB Rookie of the Month. He'll probably finish a finalist among Rookie of the Year. So, like, sometimes when they need the big swing, they have guys in the lineup who are capable of it. But in a lot of these games, Pat Murphy, their managers, said they're like woodpeckers. They just keep little hit here, little hit there. Their record, like you said, Simpson, against teams above 500, they beat the good teams, too. They're near the top of baseball. I haven't checked in a while, but they've been really successful against teams with winning records. And against bad teams, they just blow doors because they make you field grounders and hit the cutoff man and do all these little things that bad teams, especially now that we're into August, they just don't want to do. They're just like, screw this. I don't want to sprint up and cover the bunt. I don't want to hit the cutoff man. I don't want to, like, that's what the Brewers make you do. And bad teams, especially now after some of those teams have sold and they're out of it this time of year, like, you can just feast against bad teams like that. And that's what we saw against the Nationals this weekend.
It's Grant Bills, host of the Wisco Sports Show, on the phone with us each and every Tuesday. You can hear him from 4 until 6 on WKTY in La Crosse and Sports Talk 105.1 in Eau Claire. Packer preseason action on Saturday against the Jets. Are you excited? Are you looking forward to anything, or do you just sort of don't care until the regular season gets underway?
So, I mean, it's content, and preseason games are great when it's your team, right? Because you care about some of those rookies or some of those roster bubble guys.
Yeah.
Those are our guys. Now, when I turn on like Chargers Bears on Thursday night, it's like, oh, it's football, and then I watch 2 minutes. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I don't care at all. Maybe I'll watch some on Saturday. I'm actually going on vacation next week. I will be in Montana. I will be in the Wild Wild West. My favorite part, honestly, Simpson, you're going to make fun of me for this, but I think I'm right. My favorite part of preseason games, it's kind of a tactile aesthetic thing. It's late summer at Lambeau. It's kind of sunny. The yellows pop more this time of year. There's something very pleasing to the eye. It's on local cable, local antenna TV, which is kind of fun, and it's the Packer. Like, this is such a lame expression to use. It's a whole vibe, Simpson and Gene. Like, there's just something about preseason football because summer's not done yet, but we're getting to enjoy a little football. Like, I think that's why I like preseason games.
And it doesn't matter, really. I mean, you want to see them look good, and you want to see
unless somebody goes out with a season-ending injury, then it matters.
Then it matters, right? Yeah.
Why do you have to be that guy, Simpson? You have to be that guy about everything. Obviously, we don't want anyone to get hurt. Yes,
I gave you a lot of love for your stupid Brewers, all right? I'm predicting a Brewer World
true.
Series. I can't give you all the flowers. I mean, Jesus Christ. I gotta set you back a little bit here.
That's fair.
You did try to tell me that you did try to sell me a bridge about Jeff Porcaro being a better drummer than Neil Peart.
I thought that sounded good.
I don't know what kind of drugs you smoke, but man, they must be good. Is it the lifting weights? Did you get a pump on? Is that all that blood and
Are you drinking
oxygen?
Protein drinks? Is this going along with the new workout sensation that you're doing?
I'm actually, I'm a big cottage cheese and yogurt person, and I've upped that part of my diet because the doctor, I have a broken foot. I think we talked about this.
Yeah, we know about this. Your fishing accident.
Yeah, I'm in healing mode right now. So a lot of yogurt, cottage cheese.
What area are you working on with the muscles? What are you lifting?
Yeah, how are you lifting with the broken foot?
Are we
what
doing,
are you doing
arms and triceps, delts? What are we working here?
Well, here's the thank you for asking, Simpson. I'm doing arms, yes. I've cut out my leg day, but my foot has progressed to the point now where I can swim again. I can't like fully swim. I just drag my legs behind me, but I'm back in the pool, which feels great. I smell like chlorine again, which I really like.
Jesus, this guy.
I just can't do leg day yet, which is fine because I do leg day and then I can't walk for like 3 days and I feel like an idiot. So
you're going to Montana to go hunting things? Is that the point of Montana, hunting and fishing things?
No, just more fishing, no hunting.
And with a broken foot, you can do all that? You can travel to Montana and go do all that?
Well, we're going to see. So I had this idea because when you fly fish, sometimes you need to step into the water. And I had this idea of, well, what if I got a second walking boot, a wet one and a dry one? One to just have, to stand in the water. Wouldn't that be a good idea? And I told my two friends that I'm going on the trip, I told them of this plan, and both of them looked me right in the eye on this FaceTime and said, Grant, why would you wear 2 walking boots? Why don't you just wear ski boots? That doesn't make any sense. I said, no, you guys. I'm going to have one to wear in the water, and then another one I'll keep dry and wear the rest of the time.
A land boot.
Oh, yeah. One by land, one by sea. Exactly. So I think I'll be able... It doesn't hurt anymore. I'm off the meds completely. I'm off my meds. It's just weak. So I feel like if I wear the boot and I keep it supported, you know what, Simpson? I think I'll be able to do just about everything on my trip next week. We'll see.
All right, so we're not going to get you next Tuesday.
Yeah, I should have texted you. No, I will not be available next Tuesday.
Okay.
Bad service, time change. It's a whole thing.
No, it's cool. You're on vacay, man. I'm letting it.
Going to Montana, catch fish.
And we need a full week to recover from this whole Jeff Porcaro, Neil Peart thing that you just
I think
dropped.
you're the one who keeps going back to this. I'm standing firm in my stance, and I think you're second guessing because you keep circling back.
I did go look at the Pilgrim puffy shirt photos, though, I have to say. So I did go back.
Do you kind of know what I mean? Like, it's Don Henley in the late 80s
Yes.
when the white and the little hair, like a ponytail, but little side ponytails too.
I see it.
That type of thing.
Yeah.
There is no...
See, Gene knows fashion.
There is no realm in Asgard that would allow you to say such things. You should have your head lopped off.
I am looking
for
at
saying
it now.
that. It's crazy pills. Get back on your
Look at
meds.
that hair.
Seriously.
That hair.
There's no way that Jeff Porcaro is a better drummer than Neil Peart.
Sorry, guys, I'm off my Tylenol. I need to get back on it.
All right.
Well, actually, Tylenol and aspirin to prevent clotting.
Baby aspirin. Yeah.
I have a whole regimen.
Grant Bills, always a pleasure to talk to you. We'll talk to you in a couple weeks when you get back from your fishing trip, okay?
All right.
The pleasure is mine. Nice to chat with you both. Have a good one.
Get your pump on.
I'm working out.
I know.
I'm working out. I'm drinking milk. And one of these days, I'm going to be bigger than you. Remember those commercials?
I do.
I may be small now.
But I'm
drinking milk and I'm working out. And one of these days,
giant shirts that
I'm
were
gonna,
hanging out.
I'm going to wear a puffy shirt that looks like a pilgrim instead of a pirate. What do you think of that?
Play some mad drums.
You don't make the description better by going from pirate to pilgrim. You know what's better than a pilgrim? A pirate. Jesus, this guy's got his orders all mixed up. I'm trying to give him a lot of love for his stupid Brewers team, and he's raining poop from the sky with his stupid takes on drummers and these puffy shirts.
Pat's Pocket Pancake T-shirts are pretty cool. They've got for sale, though. Murphy's Dugout
capitalize
Snacks.
on those things. Yes, capitalize. Make the shirts. Print the shirts.
Make the shirts. Make the money.
Shine Down and Bad News Happy Music coming up next.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. More from Brian and Gene is coming up.
You're about to enter a beautiful, exciting, wonderful new world.
A cockroach living in your nostril. Now that's just nasty. Add in some haven't pooped for 30 days.
Poop is raining from the ceilings. Poop.
And sprinkle in some hashtag Florida Man for flavor.
Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man. Florida man. Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man quits his Burger King job, steals all of their chicken nuggets.
It's bad news.
Bad news.
With happy music.
Let's rock.
We got a lot, so let's get right to it. 65-year-old Nebraska man, first name Edward, last name Sinner.
Did he break the law?
Got arrested on Thursday after cops found him sitting on the floor of a public bathroom with his junk out. Also had a big bag of meth on him.
I'm here to tell you about drugs and alcohol and why they're bad.
They're bad.
Okay?
It was in a bathroom at a public park in Nebraska, about 90 miles west of Lincoln. Somebody apparently found him there doing whatever he was doing and called 911.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Yeah, he was in the public bathroom here in this park doing meth. Apparently, the police showed up. There were lots of items on the floor next to him that he'd been using for sexual gratification.
That's too much for a public bathroom at a park.
So lots of sitting going on for Edward Sinner.
Oh, no more Yankee, my Winky.
Too much.
The donga need food.
Turns out this guy's already been banned from all public parks in the area. He's now facing additional charges for second-degree trespassing, public indecency, and possession of a controlled substance. He loves doing stuff he's not supposed to do in public parks in Nebraska. Maybe we drive this guy to the state line and drop his ass off.
Yeah, state parks are his thing, huh? Bathrooms in state parks is where he likes to hang.
Yeah. Edward, last name Sinner.
Taking in the nature.
Speaking of nature, a zoo in Denmark is in the news after they asked people to donate their pets so they can feed them to the lions.
Shut up. Shut up. They don't have enough food to feed the lions. They want.
Well, they got enough food, but they want to make it more realistic for the lions, as opposed to throwing out a big box of ham bones or whatever it is they feed these things.
They want them to chase your cat?
No, they're going to put them to sleep before they throw them out there, but they want them to have the fur and the head, the tail, the whole damn thing. The Aalborg Zoo is in northern Denmark. They made an appeal on Facebook last week saying, did you know that you can donate smaller pets to us? And they're not talking about sick pets. They only accept healthy pets. People are, of course, losing their mind all over social media because this is some villainry stuff, right? This is villainous, right? Send me your cats and your dogs and your pigs.
And I can't believe they'd even think about that.
Turns out dogs and cats are not part of what they're looking for.
Okay.
According to the zoo's websites, they only accept rabbits, chickens, guinea pigs, and small horses. That's a step up.
Ponies? Like ponies?
Rabbit, chicken, guinea pig, horse. They say your child's beloved bunny will be gently euthanized before it's then torn apart by a wild animal. They explain that some zoo animals, including the big cats, should really be eating animals whole with the fur and all. The eyeballs, the tongues, the guts, the teeth, all of it. The entrails. It better simulates what they would eat in the wild. It's a win-win because nothing goes to waste. According to the zoo's website, you can donate up to 4 animals at once. So if you're trying to go full guinea pig genocide, you might have to space it out over the course of a couple of weeks.
Why aren't they just talking to like farmers who lose animals and have to deal with,
Well, look, if you went to a place where people didn't grow up around farms and you said, yeah, we had a farm dog and we took it out back and shot it when it was getting sick. That's a normal practice that some people who don't live around farms would be appalled by. They would think you were some sort of psycho. But that happens all the time.
Yes.
So if you've got a sick and dying animal...
But they probably don't want sick, right?
No, you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, no,
like an animal that's at the end of its life, it probably maybe lost the use of its legs. It's, maybe blind, running into walls,
time to...
whatever. I'm not saying that everybody's going to do it. And some people are, of course, supporting the zoo, saying that people are soft and naive and saying that the policy makes sense.
Because you're putting them down.
It's like if you donate your organs, right? Mm-hmm. You're dead. What do you care?
Yes.
They're in somebody else's body helping them out. So if the tiger or the lion gets a guinea pig that wasn't going to last very much longer, then
it's done.
Who cares?
Yeah.
It had its purpose. It was your pet for a while, and now you put it to good use in the afterlife instead of burying it in a shoebox in the backyard. We got enough chickens and rabbits and guinea pigs. We'll be okay. All right? The world will be fine. Now, if you start showing up with your dog, they're going to be like, yeah, dude, that's not what we're looking for.
Ponies, though. We'll take your small ponies.
But if you got a small horse... Well, some of these lions are really hungry.
I know.
Guinea pig's like a little snack. It's like a little M&M. I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. I want to move here. I want to move to Louisiana.
Why? What's happening?
This is my jam. In Louisiana, the most common speed limit is 65 miles an hour on multi-lane divided highways.
Okay.
A new law just went into effect in Louisiana that bans people from driving below the posted speed limit in the left lane on the highways.
I am speed.
You can get cited for doing just 1 mile per hour under the posted speed limit.
No way, really? 1 mile under?
You were doing 65 and a 64, said Jay-Z. Drivers will face a $150 fine on their first offense of driving too slow. This is in the left lane. $250 on their second offense, $350 on their third, and at that point, you could also be going to jail. Send these people to jail. Hell yeah. Get out of the fast lane. We're doing crimes here. You want to go 64?
Slow.
Get over to the right. Love this. Arrest these people. Put them in prison for life. Sick of you people doing 64. I'm trying to do 90 over here, bitch. Move. In most states, drivers are supposed to stay in the right lane unless they're passing another vehicle or preparing for a left turn. Technically, the speed limit applies to all lanes equally. You can't just drive faster because you're in the left lane legally. The new law provides updates a previous law in Louisiana where you could get cited for driving 10 miles per hour below the speed limit in the left lane. Now it's just 1. So if the cops catch you doing 64 in your Prius.
You can't be doing 1 mile. Come on. You could have just...
pull their ass over. Get them off the highway. They don't even leave your house.
1 mile?
Listen, Mildred, don't leave the house, all right? Doris, go back home where it's safe.
I get it when it's significant, but 1 mile, come on. There's a room, there's an air window of air there.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Get out of the left lane. You have no business being over there. 0. Don't leave the house if you can't.
1 mile.
It remains unclear how closely
and go 1 mile less.
You shouldn't even be. You shouldn't even be pulling into that lane unless you can go over 65. And even that is just. I mean, that's a suggestion. Unclear how closely they will enforce the law, but clearly Louisiana wants to enable law enforcement to stop people from hanging out in the left lane, especially if it's disrupting the flow of traffic and creating safety risks. Yeah. Those of us who speed know what the rules are. Look, I'll stay in the left lane as long as I can, and if some guy's coming up faster than me, I'll gladly move over and let him pass. But if you can't do 65 or above, get out of the left lane, bro. That's not for you. Those are for adults, grown-ups. Get out of the left lane. You don't belong there.
Tell me, officer, do you have any idea how fast you were going?
I guess I was going about 65, tops.
7 miles an hour. And normally when I stop people, they pull onto the shoulder.
Love it. Moving to Louisiana. Making laws for the rest of us. The people who like to speed.
Mm-hmm.
The people who know how to drive. Disney.
Yes.
Disney World. We're going to run through a bunch of these. A Kentucky woman arrested after allegedly possessing meth at Disney World. Brandy Asher stopped by security back in May after employees found suspicious items inside of a tin can. Asher received the substance from a stranger in the parking lot of her hotel.
What?
She claimed it was some kind of headache powder.
I'm here to tell you about drugs and alcohol and why they're bad. Okay.
Headache powder?
The security employee asked Asher what the items were. She allegedly told them it was a medicine, calling them goodies, headache powder.
Oh, boy.
Appeared shaken, allegedly told the employee to just throw the items away. After explaining that was not an option, the guest tried to put them away in her pocket. She was then instructed to put them back into the bin. Then the deputies arrived, and that's when she got arrested.
Mm-hmm.
The officer there was confident that the substance was meth and the device was a snorting tube. After performing a field test, the suspicions were confirmed. So, yeah, this lady bringing meth into Disney. That's where...
Headache medicine.
Headache medicine.
Headache powder.
This one's good.
Yeah.
Speaking of pipes. A Missouri state trooper arrested 3 people over the weekend after they were allegedly found with multiple pounds of meth in their car. One of the women had a glass smoking pipe inside of her person.
Say, baby, put down that pipe and get my pipe up.
Huh. I wonder where you'd put that.
Daryl George, Heather Wayman, and Kimberly Mason pulled over back in early August, just about a week ago. Found with multiple pounds of meth in the car. George was also driving with an expired driver's license. Everyone in the car seemed unusually nervous. Officer found several baggies of meth, glass smoking pipe, reasonable cause to search a car, and George, they found an additional 75 ounces of meth, about 4.5 pounds. All 3 were arrested, taken to the jail. Once there, Mason told officials she had meth and other glass smoking pipes inside her person.
I keep them inside of me.
It's not a pocket. It's not a pocket, Gene. But you're getting pulled over.
Everyone in the car seemed a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
A little bit on the edge.
A Texas sheriff's deputy is now under internal investigation after a controversial TikTok video in which she implied a lack of sex influenced her professional conduct. The TikTok, of course, went viral and sparked a lot of outrage.
Wait, what? She didn't have enough sex?
In a now deleted clip that was originally posted to TikTok by Harris County Precinct 5 Deputy Jennifer Escalera, who, by the way, looks like a girl who doesn't have any problem getting cracked. She said, didn't get cracked last night, so everybody's getting a ticket. The slang cracked means...
Yeah.
Didn't have some sex.
So
Again, she looks like the kind of young lady who doesn't have any trouble getting cracked.
So she didn't have that happen, and so she was saying...
She was
I'm
joking.
just,
I didn't... My husband and I, my boyfriend and I didn't go out and have a good time. I didn't have some sex.
So I'm going to give her tickets to everybody.
But obviously you can't do that when you're a cop. My guess is she's going to have an OnlyFans in about 5 minutes, and she's going to be doing...
She already has one.
Or already has one and is doing just fine.
Yeah.
Didn't get cracked last night, so
watch out.
Everybody's getting a ticket. Everybody's getting a ticket, Gene. Last but not least, we actually had a bunch of other ones. I just didn't have time. We ran out of time here, but this one is crazy. Have you seen the giant rat?
No. Do I want to see the giant rat?
How big would you say the average rat is from tip to tail? Oh, man, geez, you see some big-ass rats.
Well, New York, I've only ever seen videos. I don't know. I don't see them in person.
I'm talking average rat.
I don't know. Average rat.
From the nose to the back of the tail, the bottom of the end of the tail.
Like a small kitty cat.
You're talking...
Medium kitty cat.
Give me inches.
I don't know. To the end of the tail, 14, 16.
This one was 22 inches.
Yeah.
This is in England. Pest control workers discovered a rat that was said to be over 22 inches long from nose to tail inside of a house. And there's images.
There.
And there's images of it. It's in a bag. It's dead. But yeah, 22 inches, almost 2 feet long. You'd say that's about 2 feet? You want that thing living with you?
No.
Officials say pest control workers discovered a rat measuring over 22 inches long from nose to tail inside of a home, sparking concerns about a growing rat problem in the area. My excessive rat problem.
Take this quarter. Go downtown and have a rat gnaw that thing off your face.
I do have an excessive rat problem.
They say it's almost the size of a small cat, and it's not a one-off. Rats are increasingly being spotted in various locations around the area. Alleyways, bins, overgrown land, crossing streets, now inside of the homes, including this 22-incher. They're measuring them like fish now.
Big box of glue traps to help me deal with my excessive rat problem.
Yeah. 22-incher, Gene. That thing living with me. No, thank you.
That is disgusting.
Yeah. You think? Bad news, happy music on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. We've got our daily check-ins to get to, so we'll do that here in just a couple of minutes.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com. Call.
Hello?
Email.
I tried emailing you.
Text. So many ways to check in with us. Check. We rely on you guys for traffic updates, requests, and all sorts of other stuff.
Check this out.
Got a text from Sarge. He said, get out of fast people's way.
Oh, this is outside of New Orleans, essentially,
Louisiana,
right?
the entire state. If you're driving in the left lane and you're doing 64 and it's posted 65, they should arrest you and put you in jail for the rest of your life. They won't, but there are escalators. 150 for the first offense, 250 for the next one, 350, and then jail.
Mile under?
Wow. They can start there.
Mm-hmm.
But you know as well as I do. You get into these situations, these semi-guys are passing each other, taking up both lanes. In Massachusetts, they have posted signs on the highways when it's 2 lanes. You can't be in the left lane in a semi-truck. It's against the law, which is nice because people like to go fast. And that lane is for fast people, not semi-trucks. I know you got to deliver America's products.
They do.
I'm all for that. I'm pro semi-truck guy. But you shouldn't be in the left lane. We're doing 90 over here, son. Somebody texted in, if you want to go slow, take the slow roads, not the interstates.
Okay, I'll take those.
Yeah, plenty of back ways to get to where you got to go.
Love that.
Get out of the way. The highway is to go fast. They put them there so you can get from one end of the country to the other in a relatively decent amount of time. Not whenever Mildred decides to get out of the left lane. Somebody said, sign that law in every state. Hell yes. Thanks for the text.
Well, I don't think this is for interstate travel, not necessarily just roads.
I don't know, man. We could see a trickle-down economy here, Ronnie Reagan style.
Coming all of a sudden to highways near you? Is that what you're saying?
Get all the slow people off the road. We need to, develop a 2-level highway system. You know what I mean?
Like the Autobahn?
No, not like the Autobahn. Is the Autobahn 2-level, like people driving above the other people? It's just...
Oh, you mean, I see what you're saying. Above and below.
The Autobahn's really wide, and it's Thunderdome, right?
Yes.
Go as fast as you want. That I like, but I don't think that'll happen in America. Maybe what we could do is we get a system where there's slow people underneath, going
elevated,
slow, and then the fast people are up top, and we're just going way faster. And we're getting to our appointments a lot quicker.
Aren't we all going to be flying our own little vehicles? Space cars?
Text from Aaron who said Naomi Campbell was the cell phone supermodel, I think, and wasn't Tawny Kitaen dating OJ when he killed Nicole and her boyfriend. And a quick view of her Wikipedia states that, yes, you are correct. It was revealed in the 1997 civil trial for wrongful death that he had a year-long affair with Tawny Kitaen while he was still married to Nicole Brown Simpson. And it was Chuck Finley, not David Cohn, who she beat up with a shoe.
With hers, okay.
Yeah, 2002 charged with domestic violence for an incident involving Finley. So I knew it was a Major League Baseball pitcher. I just I thought it was David Cohn. Thanks, Aaron. Appreciate that. Travis texted in, said, is Grant on drugs for thinking that Toto drummer is better than Neil Peart?
I knew you'd have somebody that was going to agree with you on that.
No doubt about that. Bruce said, want to go golfing. apparently heard me lamenting the fact that I haven't been golfing yet this year, even though I thought Shaw was going to have more time for me.
Retired Shaw. You thought he'd ask you to go golfing? No.
I got like one text message about getting beers, and that was a few months ago. That was it.
That was it.
Ryan texted in and said those are called devil sticks or flower sticks. The end determines what kind they are.
You were juggling. Well,
it was like the thing you see at the hippie jam band festival, Lilith Fair. See that Lilith Fair? And then somebody else texted in and said juggling 3 things is real juggling. So yeah. Well, anybody can take 2 balls and just go like this.
Yes, that's not. I wouldn't call that no. I suppose it's keeping things moving in the air for your hand and eye coordination. We were talking about the scientists studying that, but juggling has to be 3 or more, doesn't it? It can't be 2.
That's what
you can't be. Although if you could do it in one hand, I guess. Well, you know what I'm saying? Because I've seen.
If you could do it in one hand,
up and down like this.
Up and down. Is that how you do it, Gene?
With one hand. And then you can keep them going.
Why is there a third one in there? Where'd that come from? I was juggling.
It was 2. Where's
there was 2. Now there's a third one.
Whoa.
Thank you for all the correspondence. Good to hear from you guys. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. We'll talk to you tomorrow.